Welcome to another episode of Saint Vincent Untold Stories. On this episode, we'll be looking at the public service unions in Saint Vincent and the Grenadines, and we will look at the recent march that they had in town and many more. Big ups to all of my subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon because you are going to want to see this video and many more like this one. Hold on to your seats. For those who don't know, PSU is the short term for Public Service Union, and that union represents the employees within the public sector or governmental organizations. Before we go into the Public Service Union, I just want to explain something briefly. Somebody asked, untold stories, did they give you anything to speak out? Do you know Dr. Friday personally? And I'm like, I don't even know Dr. Friday personally. All I've heard is that the guy is a decent man, and that is all. I've never met Dr. Friday. Even when I am speaking about the big man, I don't get into personal details about him. That's his personal business. When we see wrong, we call wrong by its name. And when we see truth, we also call truth by its name. Remember what I told you. Our purpose is to help out the ghetto youths, to make sure that St. Vincent move forward, to go against injustice, to fight for equality, and to represent the rights of the people, to stamp out extreme poverty, and to get out as well unemployment. We need to see more people employed. We need factories. We need industries. We need accountability. We need the volcano relief monies and the supplies to be distributed equally. We are tired of certain things being blocked in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We do not live in Korea. So, as we explained before, the Public Service Union is to represent the public servants, those who are going out today. Let me say this again as I said before. Can we please not wear any shorts belonging to any side? Can we choose a different color, for example, black? I know that there are some persons who like to take our words out of context. So I want to say this and make it clear. I am not putting anyone more important over anyone. But we have seen in the past that unless the public servants come out, then you won't have enough support to push the thing further. They are looking. They have seen what have happened to persons like Otto Sam. And right now, they are worried. You think they want that to happen to them? No. That is why they are going to come out. There are protocols being set in St. Vincent by those in authority. And they are the ones going back and breaking those protocols. So tell me something, is that right? Some of you guys that will be coming out today, you need to be careful with your words because some of those words are turning persons away. Because saying things like, when you get out as a big man, what you would do when you get there, whose work and so on you would take away. Be very careful of what you say. You have to encourage persons to go out with you. You have to tell them, look, this is what we will do for you when we get there. Don't worry yourselves. We won't take your job away. We'll try to improve and try to help you out more. See if you can work and get more salaries, higher wages, and see if we can get the tax and the gas price to come down and so forth. Remember, I told you, the officers are not really the problem, you know. You know how the liquor boots thing goes. Remember, I told you in a previous episode that they might have to put the training school in the big man's constituency because most of the officers right now are coming out of that constituency, don't you see? So they have to walk by orders. What you need to do is to encourage them and tell them, look, you don't have to go down that road with the big man. We won't treat you bad when we get there. A lot are complaining that the big man is one-sided. But using certain words shows that some are one-sided as well. We need to equal up the thing. This is what needs to be done. There are persons in their houses who do not get any volcano relief supplies. So what you need to do, tell them, come, let's go out on the road. If you have some extra monies, give them to buy lunch, give them to pay passage. There are public servants who want to come out in a support of the movement, but they are afraid. You know why? Because some persons are wearing party colors. So for example, 80% of the persons who came out were party colors. Then there would be 20% there in non-party colors. And then they would look like, oh, they do not want to wear the party color because they do not want to support everything. But if everyone wears a color like black now, everybody would be in black, so you don't know who is who. So right there now, the big man would be trembling. Even the officers would be confused because they won't be able to identify anyone. You think they want to put their hands on their own families for the sake of the big man? No, sir. Whether you represent the red side or the yellow side, we don't condone the putting of hands on people. Officers, take your times. I warned you already, you know. You think that we don't know that some of you got polo strings and some of you licked boots? But what we are saying, you can do this different. Even though the big man called you and he gave you a job, it doesn't require you putting your hand on people. As we told you before, when the big man did good, we applauded him. But right now, nothing good is going on. The country is stagnant. So what you want us to do? Just sit back and allow things to happen? Some of these officers act so brave, but they won't speak out about the conditions of the stations. They won't speak out about how the sergeants are talking down to them. I saw an operation recently. We were on an ends doing some work, and a guy came up with a thumb on his head, and he held his waist. And he went over to speak to one of the guys sitting on the bench. But we didn't want to be inquisitive and ask questions, so we allowed him to talk to the guy. Afterwards now, the guy showed him another guy and he went and spoke to the guy. Then we see that he iced up his t-shirt and we could see his holster. And he walked the guy up to the station. And we applauded him for that. We said, you know what, that is good policing. He did not come and rough up the guy or anything like that. And the guy saw that he was being polite, so he just went with him. That is what we need. Good police officers, well-behaved men. The reason why some officers are so rough and they have to do everything that the big man says, it is because they got pull strings. So they feel that their jobs are in jeopardy. But it is not in jeopardy. Just do the right thing, no man. Remember, the big man isn't gonna be there forever. So who is going to save you when you don't do the right thing? When you treat other people bad? Do the right thing, and then the other persons that are coming in would say, you know what? That officer was very kind. He deserves a promotion. We have families and friends that are officers, and we would continue to encourage them and not to put their hands on people. A lot of persons think that someone has to place their hands back on them physically. You heard when they had the match that a lady was saying that he would make some go to the seawater and never return. Some people would go karaku for you, you know. So you have to be very careful who you disrespect. If I was the head of the Public Service Union, you know what I would have done? I would have reached out to Lavaman and said, Lavaman, we know how you were cheated. And some of our members were cheated in that manner as well. But you have a following right now. And we want to come out with you as well. So let us go. And after this is all said and done, we'll give you a medal of honor because you deserve that for being a hero. We saw your courage and they denied it. So let us go out. What you no really do? Try to take on the thing alone. You don't have to reach out to the persons and voice of reason. You don't have to reach out to untold stories. You don't have to reach out to Lava Man. You don't have to reach out to even some of their supporters like Junior John who said no to injustice. With that being said, we just want to big up the entire population in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the regional islands and the international countries who are supporting and praying for us during these difficult times. We thank you.